What's going on, everybody? It's Tommy Lamarr, and as you can see, the Vlogmas tree is even more decorated than before. You can thank my sweetheart and my daughter for that. So, let's get into it. Today's video is about what? The Breeze 4K selfie drone. So, I went ahead and bought this drone because it was on sale at Walmart for $199. That's the first and foremost truth of it. That's why I bought it, because of the price. I have my eye on another drone that I know I'm going to get, but being that the price was great, it supposedly shoots 4K, and it's my first drone, I thought, why not? Why not learn on something that only costs $200 versus a $1,000 drone and I destroy it? Because let me let you know. The first time I flew it, it was in the house. It hit my little office lamp. It just started drifting on its own. My fault. You must calibrate the drone. I'm telling you off top, please do that. Super important for this drone to fly properly. Calibrate it. Next, you want to make sure that when you do that, you do take it outside away from walls and electrical wires and so forth, because the GPS is very sensitive to where it is zone-wise in the US. So that's super important. I'm not going to get into a whole unboxing of this and all that, because there are 100 or more videos out there that go into what comes with it. If you're looking at this, you already know what comes with it, I'm pretty sure. It's that Walmart special, the remote, the drone, set of props, a battery. I'm fortunate enough to have 2 batteries and an additional set of props. Hey, some things work out for you. Anyway, all right, so let's talk about the 4K video footage first. It's a dog. I'm going to be straight up honest with you. It's a dog at low light. So I took the drone up in the afternoon. It's about 5, 6, that's when the sun is kind of in that setting. In the magic hour time to see the sunset. Look at the graininess of this video. It's absolutely horrible. The drone is stationary at this point in time, but the noise is ridiculous. So, having flown the drone a few times, I know that it performs best in bright sunlight. That's where this drone shines. 4K will be great for this drone in bright sunlight. You will get the best picture out of it you can. Now let's talk about this whole stabilization, non-stabilization thing. I put a video up, Tranquil Moments, and I shot that in 1080p. The thing that I did that was really smart after having crashed the drone twice, the first one, because I did return it after I crashed it. I wasn't comfortable flying a drone I crashed twice. Hey, it was Walmart. They took it back. I returned it. I got another one. That's what you do when you are within your return time, right? Right. So, I shot this video in 1080p, and you can see the quality of how it looks. I did do a color grade on it. Of course, that's what I do. It's cinematic footage. The important thing that I did in this particular setup is I locked the speed of the drone down to no more than, I think, 3 miles an hour. So it moves super slow. And also, I locked the height distance because I was near the lake. I didn't want it going crazy. I know that there are videos of how it loses signal with the Wi-Fi for iPhone devices and maybe Android too, but as you see, I am using an iPhone device. So I want to make sure I maintained optimal control over it, because there was a time, if you look at the Carvana experience video, the drone was super high in the air and it was touch and go for a moment. There were a bunch of power lines around, and I was just sure it was going to crash into something on its way down, because it seemed to not really connect that well. In this particular video, with the 1080p I took, locked the speed down so that I couldn't make any super quick movements in the drone. And that is what really gave me the great footage. I'll work on the camera positioning. That'll come with time with using it, and that'll all work itself out. But really, it looks great as far as the footage when you're moving that slow. You don't get that jitter and shake. I can let you know when you open it up and you throttle it up and let it go fly fast, I don't care what you have as far as stabilized footage, it's going to look like shit. That's just being honest with you. The drone isn't one of those DJIs, so I'm not expecting a DJI performance out of it. What I am expecting from this drone is to be able to utilize it and tweak it to my advantage and make cinematic footage with this drone. And that's what I did. I also note with this drone that the follow me capability, not so hot. It locks on you at first and it tries to track you okay. But if you move too fast, or, well, I can't even say that. If you move away from the center of where the camera's pointing sometimes, it will lose you. So again, follow me is not an option that I will be using a lot in this drone, just because I'll be using it in pilot mode and I'll be getting those cinematic shots I want. So you're saying, why didn't I just go get a DJI? Again, $200. Learn how to fly your drone. If I completely destroy it, I've only spent $200 versus a DJI that, because I know which one I want. I'm not going to tell you guys yet, but I know which one. You know what? I want that Platinum, the Mavic Platinum Pro. That is a drone I want. Ultimately, I think that it will fit my style of videography and cinematography the best. But again, I'm going to learn on something that's not going to hurt my pocket. And if I hurt it, hey, it's only $200. That is the big selling point here. $200. So, yes, I bought this to shoot cinematic footage. If you lock down the speed, make sure you stay within a decent altitude. You're shooting scenes of people, or you're going to catch car footage, things close, this is a great drone to do that in. If you're going to set it in a stationary and then record your 4K in bright daylight, it'll be perfect. It will look awesome. If you're going to move it around, then I suggest you going to the 1080p, having that slow speed so you can track your subject nice and slow. It's pretty much acting and treating it like it's a gimbal in the sky when you have it at that low speed. When you're using a gimbal, when you're using a steady, you're not generally running around unless you got a, Ronin or a Movi. You're making really smooth, accurate moves. And that's the way you should treat this drone when you're in the air if you're trying to use it for cinematography. And that's just the truth of it. Once you get comfortable with using the on-screen joystick, it'll be a lot better. Now let's talk about this right here. This is useless to me. I'll tell you why. I can't control the camera at all. I can't control its up and down motion on that axis to move it. There's a firmware upgrade out there to upgrade it, and it's supposed to give me that capability for use with the iPhone. From what I understand, with the Android phones, works no problem. Well, I just switched to iPhone because I wanted the 4K capability out of the SE. Yeah, I could have went with a 6 or 7 or 8. The form factor's great. I can record almost anywhere. It's so unobtrusive. I mean, you got to think about why an SE. It's square body. I can take it out this case, lay it right on the shelf somewhere or wherever I'm, and it sits there and it records. Can you beat that? But anyway. So, I have a Mac. I keep a laptop around, but my power brick died. So I have to order another one in order to even upgrade this because their firmware only upgrades on Windows. Where they do that at? Seriously, Yuneec? Can we not do this with a Mac? Come on. So, until I get my power cord in to turn my laptop back on, to be able to upgrade this remote, it's useless. Now, yes, if I want to just fly without being able to move the camera around, I can. But isn't the point of a drone being able to record and move your camera around? Seriously though. I like the joysticks. It offers me a level of control that I truly enjoy with the drone. But again, useless because now I can only see 180, but I have to look at the sky to fly it around because I can't, you get what I'm saying. It's so pointless. So right now, as much as I would love to use this, it's truly useless for me at this point in time. But I'm going to keep it. I'll have the cord for the laptop next week. We'll give it an upgrade to the firmware on this, and then we'll test it. Hopefully all things will be a go, and I can get back to using these joysticks and controlling the camera with this button on that 180 axis. I look forward to that. Drone fits in the case nicely. Nice hard case. Have no issues. I keep extra props in the box in case I need to change them in the field. I generally keep a battery in the drone and one in the extra holder slot. And most of the time, once they're fully charged, I push them in, but I don't push them in all the way. I don't want the contacts connecting for any kind of latent discharge. You only get, they say, 10 to 12 minutes fly time. I say that's about accurate. Most of the time, the video I record is somewhere in the 8-9 minute range. So it is what it is as far as the flight time on those. I mean, yes, I'd love to be able to fly 20-30 minutes without having to pull it back down, change the battery. But it will give you a warning when the battery's getting low. I would say get it down on the ground ASAP, because she will come down if the battery is too low wherever it is. That return to home feature out the window when the battery's that low. It doesn't take over like it's supposed to. I noticed that. Again, I'm not trying to fly a kilometer away, a mile away with this. I have a certain purpose for this. It's going to fill that purpose. So treat it like you treat it to make sure it works for you. It's a great drone. I will not take that away from this drone. 4K, 1080 stabilized. Lock the speed down. It'll work for you. So, yes, I still have the receipt just in case. I keep it in the box. Hey, I'm still within my return time. I hope nothing else happens. But I don't know. If I can't get the remote to work, that may be a deal breaker because I want the persistent control over it. My other gripe with the drone would be this. The Wi-Fi distance. Because they use this Bluetooth controller, they added this geofence that doesn't allow it to go over a certain distance. It would be nice if they would make a separate Wi-Fi controller for this drone so that you wouldn't have to use your phone's Wi-Fi. I think you can get better distance out of it, and it would be able to improve the overall control of your drone. Extra battery here, props here. I mean, it's a pretty solid product overall for what my use is. I'm not expecting Mavic performance. I'm not expecting Typhoon performance. I'm expecting it to perform in the way I need it to perform to get the job done I need to do. Use your equipment for what you need to use it for, and it'll work for you. So, just a quick video about the drone. Again, I'm not going to do that whole unboxing because if you're watching this, you know. I just want you to know its capability of what you can and can't do with it, and I'll continue to give you guys drone footage so that you can evaluate yourselves what you think of it. I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove to you, you can get some nice cinematic footage out of this drone. It'll look great. It's all on how you make it work for you. But this remote though, seriously? Upgrade only on Windows. Where'd they do that at? Come on, people. The app looks the same on Android as far as that as it does on iPhone. I did load it on my old Android phone before I got rid of it. Gave it to a friend of mine. He needed a new phone. I have 2 of these SEs, 4K video. Come on. Anyway, not going to go into details of it. Again, if you're looking at this, you already know about this stuff. You should have researched it like I did. I did tons of research on this drone before I bought it because I wanted to know would it work for me. I saw the cinematic footage people were doing with it and I was wondering, is that real or not? And I think it's real because you can do it. I'm working on it. I'm getting there with it. I'm making it work for me. The app itself, straightforward. I won't be using a lot of this stuff because I'll be piloting the drone in order to get the shots I need from it. In conclusion, the Yuneec Breeze 4K is a great drone as long as you understand what its capabilities are. It will work for you and perform for you in a way that will satisfy you as long as you understand that. Great 1080p stabilize. Lock down your position if you're going to shoot 4K and let the movement in the scene tell a story for you. Daylight, daylight, daylight. I can't stress that enough. It's not, the sensor is not for low light. Outside of those things, it'll be a great drone. Until next time, let's go.